The biggest bands of all time, Queen, who've enlisted the services of superstar vocalist Adam Lambert again for their next world tour, which has been selling out in Europe and the US and will come to Australia early next year. I spoke to Adam in the rehearsal studio in London last week, along with drummer Roger Taylor and guitarist Brian May, about the next chapter in the life of their iconic band, Queen. When Brian, hits a few chords, Adam, and you're rolling out on stage, you're your own artist. How difficult is it to find that balance of, being true to the songs and for the fans, but also you're your own performer?
It took a second to figure it out, to be honest with you. I mean, there's no real blueprint of how to make that balance work. These two guys have been so helpful and supportive and collaborative. I always say, if I had showed up and you guys had said, this is how you have to sing it, you have to stand over here, you have to wear this, I would have been like, yes, sirs, yes, okay. But it's been a dream, it's been collaborative.
Was there a time when Freddie passed that the future of Queen was definitely sitting under a question mark?
Roger and I were the same. We thought, no, that's it, we're finished now. And we always said that once any of us went, it was over. And we kind of disappeared to opposite ends of the world and did our own thing and kind of denied the existence of Queen almost, I think. And looking back on it, I think it was part of a kind of grieving and adjusting process.
It felt like it was the end of the chapter, but this is all very fortuitous.
Hey, if Freddie was looking down, he'd have a smile on his face, wouldn't he?
For sure, yeah. We often think that, yeah. He had a wicked sense of humour anyway. And this guy, he would love, and he would be like, you sing like that, and I could just imagine the conversation of, yeah, it's a shame they can't meet, because it would be something to see.
Yeah.
That Wembley gig that you did for Live Aid is still revered as one of the great rock performances of all time, yeah?
It stands there, yeah. I mean, everyone just rolled into it. There was very little production to it, and I think that's part of its magic, and I don't think even we knew we could do that. And certainly Freddie rose to the occasion. It's one of Freddie's finest hours. But of course, we had a bit of experience. We played stadiums, which nobody else had, so we had a kind of advantage in a sense. We knew how to project to a large place.
Bohemian Rhapsody, for example, that video clip, I mean, you created a video clip before MTV was even thought of.
Yeah.
Did you know what you were doing at the time, or were you just mucking around?
It was a question of expediency, because we were on tour and we wanted to be on this program called Top of the Pops, which was the big channel to get yourself seen.
Yeah, you went down there to the Pops.
So if you couldn't do it live, you had to have something to give them. So we made a video to give them. That was it. It cost £8,000 to make. It was done really quick with bits of sheets.
That song's had quite a life, hasn't it?
Amazing.
Wayne's World.
Amazing.
I hope you sent Mike Myers a six-pack of beer after that.
We talked to Mike again, and he may be involved in something we're doing.
That's funny, that's the first time I heard the song.
Really? In Wayne's
When I was
World?
a kid, yeah, when that movie came out, and I remember saying to my father, I went with my father and my younger brother, we were laughing, and I said, what is that song? And he was like, okay, I'll play it for you when we get home.
Could you have ever dreamt
No.
this would be
I
done?
oftentimes, I have a lot of those moments where I'm like, is this real? There's a fantasy. Am I caught in the landslide?